What's the best way to manage feelings of jealousy of a former partner? Okay. Avoidance of the feelings doesn't seem to solve the problem as it comes. Okay, so this is more like you're feeling feelings of jealousy. Okay. So jealousy is kind of about what someone else has or what someone else is getting that you feel entitled to, right? Or the idea, it's also kind of the idea that it comes from a place of scarcity in some way, right? That whatever it is that you are jealous about is in limited supply. And if someone else is getting it, then you're not getting it. And then that's a feeling that's left with a feeling of I am now in a place of lack because I'm not getting that thing. And so it's also in part where we kind of give our story away to someone else, that we've sort of become preoccupied with someone else's narrative and we've kind of forgotten our own. And we've sort of prioritized someone else's narrative above our own. And we've assigned a certain kind of value to what they are experiencing in comparison to what we are experiencing, which is kind of this, right? They're getting this great, awesome experience, and I'm down here struggling with this. And so honestly, jealousy can be a nice barometer for showing you for what you are struggling with in terms of an egoic attachment. So what do you feel like you are lacking in that moment? What is being called inadequate within you? Jealousy is something that often tells us we are inadequate or we are not measuring up in some way. Otherwise, we would have that thing, right? Also, it's kind of about thinking about what are the stories that you are writing around in your life. Like, for example, this could be the worst thing that's happening to me, but what if it could be the best thing that's happening to you? And if it were the best thing that could happen to you, what else would have to be true in your life? Okay. So maybe the feelings of jealousy that you have over this, it could be the best thing that happens to you because it's showing you where you are remaining attached to something that could be holding you back. Okay, so then asking yourself some of the more deeper questions: what am I believing about my happiness right now that may not be true? And jealousy is a powerful feeling, and I truly believe that the way our feelings respond, particularly to our thoughts, are an indication of where it is that your inner being is having a significant disagreement. So jealousy is sort of like your inner being saying to you, that's a complete fallacy if you think that that you should be having that or that you need that to be where it is that you want to be. That's not true. And we're going to make you feel super jealous because jealousy is a terribly uncomfortable feeling, so that you start to recognize how wrong those thoughts are and start to redirect, because we are programmed to move towards pleasure and away from pain. Jealousy is a terribly painful feeling. And so if you're feeling that kind of pain, then your inner being is trying to direct you away from whatever thoughts you're having. So I'd have you think about, think about the jealousy, to examine the thoughts that it conjures for you, and to think about, okay, well, that thought, when I think that thought, wow, the jealousy really comes up. So how could that thought actually not be serving me? And what would be the new narrative I'd have to write around that in order for me to recognize that this could actually be the best thing? Okay, so that's just some guidance on that. Incidentally, a book that's really good about jealousy is called The Ethical Slut. It is a book that's written for people who are into open relationships. I think, that's neither here nor there. I would say, but they have a wonderful couple of chapters that talk about how to deal with jealousy. And I think it could be applicable to anyone, whether you're in an open relationship or a monogamous relationship. So that's maybe just a book recommendation there. Books that talk about open relationship will often give good advice regarding jealousy. Advice that I actually think is useful for people even in monogamous relationships.